Okay, we're back with another episode of High Rated Edison today. Today we have Willy Nilly 91 on 1185 rating versus 808 on 1371 rating. So both dual listed in the top 100, 808 significantly higher rated, still within that category, but both, really top players. Opening hands are Prism, Prodigy, Allure, Plague and Gauze. So this is probably still 808's Dark Diva hero deck, which we've seen. This is a really cool deck. They've been on it for a while now, and they are really ripping up ladder with it. They've got Minecon, Bora, Blizzard, Upstart, Whirlwind and Trap Dust Shoot this size. This is Blackwings, but this is quite spicy. Upstart Minecon, that is quite spicy. So we'll see if there's any other kind of alterations or deviations from the norm. So we're going to start with Upstart. Upstart gets Upstart. Upstart gets, oh god, Whirlwind. Jesus, double Whirlwind, normal summon and Dust Shoot. I think this one is over. Let's see it played out. So double Whirlwind Bora now. I'm grabbing Kalute and Gale. Yeah, so definitely going to be Gale as the other one. With Blizzard in hand, sets the Dust Shoot and passes. Draw for turn is MST. Okay, MST is not bad. MST helps with one of these. They are getting Dust Shot for the Gauze probably though. Yeah. So the Gauze is the real threat there, which makes sense. Allure going to go off, grab Trap Stun and Caius. Oh, that's not bad. Pitching the Plague, yeah, because this gives you a Prodigy Caius play. I don't know, you're just so far behind, right? So Prodigy for Caius, goes for the Whirlwind, yeah. I think that's probably fine, because then you got MST for the other one. But I wonder if there was a line to say you probably need to get aggressive. So maybe the line is Caius, banish Bora, deal 1000, then 24 to the face. So 34 damage total. But yeah, I mean, you've got to take out the Whirlwinds, I guess. Yeah. Okay, that's the decision AOA made, and they're a very good player, so we'll see how it does for them. So they're going to set the Trap Stun, the MST and the D Prison. Okay, they're playing a little bit hard into Black Rose, which they know their opponent can do without even normal summoning. Okay. Okay, so Gale comes down. Yeah, I mean, I guess actually the Caius getting aggressive play wouldn't have worked anyway, because Gale is just going to half it and you don't really have any follow-up from there. Yeah, okay, good effort, but okay, so yeah, they are going to Black Rose. Yeah, going to Black Rose the field now. AOA's seen enough. Yeah, I don't blame them. So they're about to lose everything they have. They'll be top decking. Top deck was going to be Diva, and your opponent still has 4 cards in hand, 2 of which you know are pretty good, and a Blizzard which is live. Actually, sorry, the Gale was the other take. Yeah, so the one of which you know is Kalute. The other 3 are a mystery, but you could assume that there would be something pretty decent. And the Bora, not banishing the Bora, meant that any Blizzards would have been live as well. Okay, yeah, I think that's a fine concession. I don't think AOA had anything from there. Okay, so game number 2 now. Okay, so opening hands are Kalute, Sirocco, more of the high levels this time, Bora and Icarus, and then this side we have Miracle, MST, Dust Shoot, Diva, Spy and Rota. 808's been on Spy for a while. I think in Diva this is just really effective. So, I mean, Spy, 2000 defense, which is pretty huge in this format, but moreover, it normally survives the attack, or, the first attack on it. Especially when it's like the first thing you do, the first action you take is to set this, and when it does, it can, when they do attack you, or when you get to flip it, you can bring out a Descendant, which gives you the ability to like take out part of the board, and it gives you bodies for Diva. So I really like Spy in this deck. I think it's a really good addition, and I do like seeing it. Spy drawn with Diva is pretty OP, so we'll see how it plays out. They are going to set the Spy, they're going to set the Dust Shoot and the MST, they're going to Dust Shoot their opponent. Getting the get back right now, so they're going to Dust Shoot, see the hand, take out the Kalute. Yeah, I guess Kalute is unironically the threat here, right? Because you want the Spy to survive, so it can bring out a Descendant, and then the Descendant can pop something using the Spy. And you're quite doubtful that they're going to commit a Sirocco and a Bora to the board just to get through a face down defense position monster. But taking out the Kalute does kind of let your opponent read that it is Spy, so maybe they would do it. Okay, that's shuffled back now. Yeah, so Sirocco coming down. Set. Okay, they're not going to try and get in, which is interesting, because you're not really that scared of anything they set. You know, the Diva hero deck doesn't typically have like big defense monsters that do something good, or like Raikos or anything. MST, do they hit it? Oh, they do hit it. Nice. Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing actually. Maybe they were just thinking, well, the Sirocco's not going to get through if it's a Spy. Why don't I just deck Devi the Spy so it doesn't go off? But this MST is, you know, hit the gold mine now, because they can start with... Actually, we'll let AOA do it. I'll stop. I'll stop preempting it. So this is the play now. So it's flip Spy, summon out Descendant. Descendant as priority tributes the Spy, meaning that there's never 2 cards on field for Icarus to target. So that is an awesome way to play around that Icarus attack that they're definitely reading there, because they saw it off the Dust Shoot. So future, and this is just over as well actually with the with the pickup of Future Fusion per turn. This is just over. So they're going to dump the Malicious and the Diva hero for the Future Fusion. They're going to summon the Diva, bring out the Gilman. They're going to banish Malicious, summon Malicious, use the Malicious and the Diva. So yes, Stardust works. Miracle Fusion now for Ab-Zero. This Ab-Zero is getting pumped because there's a Spine Gilman on the field as well, which is a water. So 15, 17, 25 and 3k. Yeah, with full hand knowledge as well. Yeah, really nice, really clean. Yeah, I suppose I had that coming after game 1. Yeah, you definitely did. You can't open double Whirlwind, a normal summon and Dust Shoot and not expect to get clapped back in game 2. Balances out, yeah. Yeah, nice. Good to see this even at the highest levels. You know, bit of banter. So opening hand, game 3, Trap Stun, Miracle, Braincon, Greffa, D-Prison. This is rough. A Malicious draw would unironically help out here. Yeah, this is going to be a tough game for 808, I fear. Deck Devi, Solemn, Vayu, Braincon, Blizzard, and Bora. Yeah, this is fine, but this also isn't great. Let's see how Willy starts. So I'm going to start Bora, set Solemn. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think maybe I'd have gone like set Vayu, set Deck Devi. But like, yeah, maybe they're worried because like the Dark Diva hero deck is incredibly aggressive. So I think it's reasonable to be worried and try and put like, something on the board that you hope is going to stick. Okay, pick up a turn there is Diva. I'm going to set the D-Prison and just pass. There's not a whole lot else they can do. Draw for turn there is Icarus. They're going to get in with the Bora, or attempt to. That's going to get hit with the D-Prison. Yep, okay, and they're just going to pass. Yeah, still not setting the Vayu. I'm not entirely sure why. I think set Vayu, set Icarus. I mean, you're potentially punished by heavy, but you could solemn it if they did. Yeah, Willie just not wanting to commit, and I guess if you see Dark Diva hero not doing anything turn 1, maybe you feel pretty comfortable with not committing. Just going to set the Trap Stun, pass, draw for turn is another Bora. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle the hand. Good to see. Summon out that Bora. Game for 17 now. Sets the Icarus and passes. Draw for turn is bottomless. Yeah, a bit late now. Braincon going to take, or attempt to take, the Bora. Going to get him out with an Icarus. They're going to chain the Trap Stun. Yeah, not going to chain the Solemn, which I think is fine, right? Because you're not actually getting the monster now. So I think that's fine. Yeah, Diva going to bring out Gilman. That's going to make an Android. Going to get him for 24. Yeah, and I think this is fine. You're not worried. You're also holding Braincon and a Tuna. So, and this Blizzard is live. So yeah, leave the Solemn so you can make sure this Blizzard play goes through. Going to set Bottomless, set their own Solemn, pass it back, draw for turn is Torrential. Oof. Okay, so Blizzard coming down. That's going to grab Bora. This is going to make Goyo. Yeah, Goyo's good. They're going to Bottomless. Chain Solemn. Oh, Chain Solemn. Yeah, I mean, now it's a dogfight, right? Because you've got 2800 to 3050. And, yeah, you're working with limited resources and your opponent's got the biggest monster. You've got the brain con to take it, but, you know, then what? Yeah, just going to set both the back rows and pass. Draw for turn is a Stratos. Wow, that's nice. That's really nice. You've seen Solemn, so you know they can't negate it. So you know you're getting a hero. You could get a Malicious here. And then, yeah, next turn you could normal summon the Greffer, pitch the Malicious, dump something, and then be on for Miracle Fusion. Wow. Okay, this is looking good for 808 now. After quite an unfortunate game one, this is looking really good. So Android going to get in. Yeah, it drops them down to 400. Going to gain the 6 now. Okay, they're not going to fire off the Strauss just yet. Understandable. Those back row are pretty scary. They're going to set the value and pass. Yeah, draw for turn is another Miracle Fusion. Jesus. Okay, I mean, yeah, at that point, it's time to do something. Yeah, so Stratos coming out now. That's going to get hit with a TT. They're going to lose all their monsters. But you're not too worried about that because you now have Miracle Fusion. Full game. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the Blackwing deck's interesting. We saw in the first game, we saw some upstarts and Minecon, which were pretty spicy, but didn't really seem to amount to much. So I think apart from that, the deck is pretty standard. Didn't see many side deck cards as well. But then what do you really side in for Dark Diva Hero? It's pretty good into most of the side deck cards. Yeah, so I think this was just, you know, we saw all just typical Blackwing cards and combos, so nothing like dramatic to write about there. But the test of any deck in Edison is, can you beat Blackwings? And this Dark Diva Hero deck is really cool. 808's been on this for a while now. They've changed it up. I don't know if they've come up with this or they've seen it somewhere, but like the spy package is really cool. I think that's really helpful for the deck, just in having like good first turn options, basically like good things you can do in your turn one that are gonna like promote some kind of advantage early in the game to ultimately try and carry you through. So yeah, I think that's a really cool tech. It's good to see that. We don't see that all the time, but 808's definitely been on it for a little while, and we've definitely featured them before with it. Played really well. I mean, drew Miracle Fusion when you needed to draw Miracle Fusion. Actually, drew too many Miracle Fusions when they needed to draw Miracle Fusion. Drew the hero where they needed the hero. Yeah, we didn't see Plasma or anything like that, which I think is you know, fine. I don't think you I still don't think you play that in Dark Diva Hero. We didn't see Dad, so maybe they're not on that either. We do sometimes see Dad in these kind of Dark Diva Hero decks, just because you have got so many darks running around, and you've got like Greffers and Spies and stuff, Malicious, so that you can always modulate the darks in your grave. And that card is quite a bomb. But then I guess if you're playing, you know, 3 copies of Ab-Zero, then do you really need any more bombs? Probably not. Trapstone is interesting. I can't remember if we saw this game one. I think we did see it game one, so I think it is main decked, which is cool. It definitely tells you that 808 is playing like a very aggressive build that wants to get in quickly and end the game quickly. And they're siding or they're maining Solemn somewhere, so they're also, you know, trying to be as good offensively and defensively as they can against kind of some of the big swingy combo decks. But either way, really cool match. Looked like 808 was in for a rough time in games 1 and 3. Lost game 1, won this game 3, which was cool. And then yeah, game 2 they absolutely just you know, had it all. So yeah, really good to see. Really cool match to see. Both players, yeah, GG, well played. Showing each other the hands, yeah, yeah. I mean, willy-nilly did have plays here, but they just didn't have enough life points. So good game, great one to watch. 808 takes this one, but yeah, I'm sure we'll see both of these players on the channel again soon.